Hey y'all, what's up? In today's episode of Shit I Be Thinking About, taxes in the United States. Why the fuck do they have to be so damn difficult? Just like everything else in this country, but of course, I'm just going to focus on this today. Coming fresh off of tax day, I, of course, had the sting of figuring out my federal tax return still fresh in my head. I got to thinking about how ridiculously complicated this country makes filing taxes and how it doesn't have to be this way. Case in point, last year I made a mistake and I submitted my return incorrectly. And while I was clenching my butthole for 3 weeks out of fear from being penalized, I attempted to contact the IRS. Unfortunately, all roads led to automated menus which none offered any option to correct my mistake. No way, shape, or form did it give you the opportunity to speak with a human being. Now, to my surprise, I incurred no penalties and eventually received my refund within a few weeks. Also, a couple days later, I got a letter informing me that they corrected my return. Here's the thing. I happen to know that there are other countries whose revenue departments send a statement with either a check or a bill. Any which way it goes, the taxpayer doesn't have to do any heavy lifting. There are no stressful calculations and fear of making costly mistakes. Why the fuck can't they do that here? It is already proven that they can calculate your taxes and make any necessary adjustments. Because they did it already. They looked at my return, they saw that I made a mistake, and they corrected it, which means they already have the information. Why do I have to fill out paperwork to tell you what you already know? I know. Because America, and they can't do anything simple here. Another thing, this isn't new information, but did y'all notice that when tax forms stopped coming in the mail and you couldn't get them at the post office or library anymore, nobody batted an eye? We just accepted this bullshit that we had to go to a tax service or buy one of those boxes to file. Something we used to do for free. And these services lobbied Congress to railroad us into paying. About 20 years ago, the creators of Tax Cut, I do believe, or TurboTax, whoever Intuit is, or Inuit, I can't even remember how to say their name. Sorry, I should have done a little bit more research. But they lobbied Congress to make it where we had to use these services to go through the phone app, which came up later, but we had to go to Office Depot or Office Depot or Staples or Costco or Sam's Club or wherever to buy these boxed kits instead of doing our stuff on paper. And they made it appear so fucking natural too. They created the concept of tax season being fun and easy. I don't recall wanting to dance when I filed my taxes. Like, those commercials are complete bullshit. I don't see people just happily lining up at Jackson Hewitt to go do a fucking dance while they're getting their taxes done. People seriously forgot about filing paper forms and got used to buying these preparation kits or going to Block and Hewitt to pay an expert for something they could have done on their own. Me, I absolutely refuse to bend. I go to the IRS website to file my taxes. Yes, you can do that. The government takes enough as it is, and I'm going to pay out more to someone else for what I can do myself? Fuck out of here, dude. Now, I do understand itemization and business expenses, but for the majority of the population, our taxes are pretty simple. And do you really think paying $170 to get your taxes done is convenient versus the hour or less it takes to sit at home and concentrate on doing it yourself? I fail to see the practicality in that. Oh yeah, pay us to do your taxes. We'll get you a bigger refund. That's complete bullshit. If you really want to do a social experiment, do your taxes first and then take it to one of those preparation services and see how much difference it is. The only difference is you just lost about $150 paying them. You could chalk this up to yet another broken link in a failed governmental system that exploits people and makes them feel that this shit is supposed to be fucking normal. And that, my friends, is shit I be thinking about. Deuces.